What's up everyone, it's Trainer Dell, and in this video I have for you a Bruna Light of Alabaster Commander deck profile. This is Puddin's deck, probably her strongest deck. It's we don't talk about Bruna. No, but she's scary, honestly. Bruna Light of Alabaster, I mean, yes, it's an expensive like cost, but once she's down and if you untap with her, oh, she is scary. So she has Flying Vigilance, she's 6 mana, 3, 2 white, and a blue. Legendary creature Angel. 5/5, and whenever Bruna attacks or blocks, you may attach it any number of auras on the battlefield and from the graveyard, and from your hand, I believe. So there's just she's just the aura matters commander, really. She's crazy. So yeah, I have a few proxies in here, just 3. So we'll put Bruna up here. So Rustic Study, the real one, I have obviously. She bought me one for Christmas like 2 years ago. So I made her some arts of cards that I have just to put in here. But I do like that stitch here. We have Fierce Guardianship with Okabe and Kurisu from Steins Gate. And finally, Gurren Lagann's Kamina and Simone down there. I made these for her, I believe, for Christmas. As just a Christmas gift. Just to throw in here. So yeah, these ones are the deck. You can obviously, if you have the real ones, cool. If you want to replace these for any other auras or creatures, because this thing is very creature light, it's very aura heavy, so you can definitely do that. I'll kind of just put these out. These are like, she really likes the way these cards look, so I'll put these out here. So yeah, let's start it. This is obviously the bulk of it all. These are the Enchantment Auras. Yeah, no, these are, how many are in here? We'll find out. But yeah, Vanishing. They made a card like this in one of the D&D sets, the Robe of Stars, and I think it's one of the best cards. Just like enchant creature phases out at instant speed. That is so good to protect her. So there's Vanishing here. We got Aqueous Form. So just can't be blocked, and whenever it attacks, you scry one. Curiosity, whenever it deals damage, draw a card. Hyena Umbra, just here to give it +1/+1 first strike, and has totem armor, so if it would be destroyed, you just destroy this instead, and then you attack and you get it right back. Compulsion, so this is here just to draw some cards. You can discard a card and then draw a card, or sacrifice this to draw a card. Either or, you can, the sacrificing is totally fine, so then, you know, when you attack, you bring it right back. Felidar Umbra also has totem armor, gets lifelink, and then you can actually pay instant speed to attach it to something else in case you need that. We got Rune of Sustenance, which you can enchant permanent or just, you know, anything. And when this enters, you draw a card and enchant it permanent. If it's a creature, gets lifelink, and then if it's something else, then the like an equipment you can enchant, then it gets also lifelink. So just gives lifelink. We got Spirit Mantle, protection from creatures, +1/+1. All that glitters, +1 for every artifact and or enchantment you control. Staggering Insight, it gets +1/+1, lifelink, and whenever it deals combat damage, draw a card. Traveler's Cloak, this is one of the scarier cards too. As it enters, you choose a land type, and you draw a card, and it has land walk of that chosen type. So yeah, just really scary card. Just because Bruna can be like a one-shot kill sometimes, and I've seen it happen. False Demise. If it's put into the graveyard, return it under your play as though it were cast. Battle Mastery. Oh man, Double Strike. This is the scary one too. This and something else back there. If you get this, lifelink and other things, it's just crazy. And Bruna has Vigilance, so you can just block. It's crazy. Invocation of Saint Trap. Whenever it attacks, you get a 4/4 angel creature token flying into the battlefield, but then exile at the end of the turn. Indestructibility, so then it's just indestructible. Sage's Reverie. You get to draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to a creature, and it gets +1/+1 for each aura that's attached to it. Another scary card. Holy Mantle, enchanted creature gets ++2 and enchantment and protection from creatures. So it's like the Spirit Mantle, but just a little stronger for like double. It's just double. Corrupted Conscience, another way to just one-shot your opponent right here. Just the enchanted creature has Infect. Righteous Authority. It gets +1/+1 for every card in your hand, and at the beginning of your draw step, you draw an additional card, or at the beginning of the draw step, you draw an additional card. And Celestial Mantle, and this one says whenever it deals combat damage to a player, double your life total. This, with a few of the other enchantments all together, like the auras, are just, it can get out of hand. There's times where she's had like 600-800 life. It's just too much sometimes to overcome. But yeah, the fact that you see these casting costs mean almost nothing, because all she has to do is attack or block, and yeah, you get these out. So yeah, that is the enchant. Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 exact. 20 auras. And of course, there's always more new auras coming on. We actually have cards we can cut from the deck if there are better auras out. So yeah, the creatures, like I said, there's not actually that many. We got Transcendent Envoy, just so auras cost one less. A lot of these are just here to help either Bruna, or to have, like, if you get these out, there's something you can equip and you don't really care if they die or they keep their enchantment auras, because then when Bruna is able to attack, she just can take it. So Transcendent Envoy. This is a new card from Kamigawa. Light Pause, Emperor's Voice. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura with a different name to each aura you control, which isn't too hard. This is Commander. It's a one, singleton format. And then put it onto the battlefield attached to Light Pause. So Light Pause is kind of her own secret little commander in this deck. Definitely a really good early play option if you draw that early, or draw it in the beginning. Heliod's Pilgrim, just when she enters the battlefield, then you can search your aura card, put it on top, search your library for an aura card and put it to your hand, then shuffle. So yeah, Boris Charger. When it leaves the battlefield, choose an opponent who controls more lands than you. Search your library for a number of planes cards equal to the difference, reveal them, and put one of them to the battlefield and the rest into your hand. So again, just cool card to ramp with. This is kind of cuttable. There's times where there's so much like mana and land in here actually that sometimes this is unnecessary, but for right now, this is in here. It's also flyer. The flyers are cool. Starnheim Courser, artifact and enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less. Still pretty good. Starnheim Aspirant, angel spells you cast cost 2 less. So she can sometimes come down before turn 5, and that's even scarier. And Moon Base Cleric. So when this enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an enchantment card and put it on top of your deck. So yeah, this is all just basically kind of set up to get what you need. See, I play a lot of artifacts. That's what I put in her deck. I know it's funny, when I play her deck for fun, I never see this, but when she plays, she gets like all the ramp. So she's able to get Bruna out. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 instances of artifact ramp in here. So yeah, Soul Ring, obvious Soul Ring. It's so good. Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet, Sky Diamond and Marble Diamond. I think she's just missing the Talisman. Prismatic Lens, Mind Stone, Fractured Power Stone, Thought Vessel, Commander Sphere, Mana Geode, Spectral Searchlight, Strixhaven Stadium, and Letter of Acceptance. Just a few of the mana rocks and stuff. Especially if it's okay if they do colorless, because she has 3, so you just need, as much mana to get her out. All right, what we have here, the Sorceries. Just a few. We got Preordain, Serum Visions for draw, Open the Armory, help search for stuff, Solve the Equation, search for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, just so she can probably grab like Open the Armory or Idyllic Tutor, depending, because this can search for an enchantment. Divine Reckoning. You just keep Bruna and you let everything else go. Tragic Arrogance, same thing. You keep Bruna, maybe a nice little mana rock, and you just blow up everything, because when Bruna attacks again, it doesn't matter, like they're all coming back Winds of Wrath, destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted. This is obviously enchantment deck, so this fits right in. Let's see here, the instants. Yeah, Brainstorm, just a draw. Stubborn Denial. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you can just counter a target non-creature spell. You do that, the controller can pay 1 to stop this, but Bruna's already 5/5 coming down, so pretty good. You don't really want to bring out Bruna the first time you honestly have the mana to cast her, because counters or board wipes or just removal can happen. So you kind of want to have her come out with some mana open. I mean, we are running blue here, so it's fine. Swords to Plowshare, negate, keep safe. You can counter a target spell that counters a permanent you control. So mainly Bruna, try to protect her. She can only really get exiled or like bounced, or like, because there's nothing in here that gives her hexproof, I think. But we definitely could. We can put in like Swift Boots and stuff like that, and it wouldn't really affect her too much. Disenchant, Faithful Mending, Hindering Light, counter target spell that targets you or a permanent you control, then draw a card. Counter spell, obviously. Thirst for Meaning, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 unless you discard an enchantment, and you don't mind if your horrors get discarded because they can come right back. And Crush, Contraband, liking this card a lot, other than I think a big Boros boy on it. Just yeah, just the fact that it does, I feel like it does more with the same mana as like Return to Dust, because being able to do it on your opponent's turn, I feel works way better than having to wait for your turn. Like, you can hold the mana up. Then for the lands, Command Tower, Hollow Fountain, Glacial Fortress. These are like the dual lands, obviously. Deserted Beach, Prairie Stream, Sky Cloud, Nimbus Maze. I wonder, do they have any more of these kind of cards? Port Town, Temple of Enlightenment, Irrigated Farmland, Azorius Chancery, Floodplain, the slow fetch, and Henge Gate Pathway. I believe there's 10 islands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And Gaia Reach Sanitarium, draw card, discard card. You can discard your auras, they don't really matter too much. Terramorphic Expanse, and Panorama. You just need the right color. So yeah, that's basically Bruna. And man, obviously it can be built a little more mean. It can be built with so much, because it just cheats out the mana cost of these auras. But yeah, this is her, basically the deck she plays the most when it's time to get serious. But yeah, thanks you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. All right, peace.